Hey, I'm working on revamping sleep lists a little bit for season 4. If you want to be among the first to learn about what's new at Sleep Lists next quarter, head over and sign up on my Patreon page, linked in the show notes. You can follow Sleep Lists without paying, and if you choose to subscribe for just $5 a month, you will get a lot of the Sleep List content before anyone else, and some content that will only exclusively be available to Patreon Sleep Listers. Your support means the world to me, and I thank you for it. Welcome. Getting to sleep can be hard. I know. I'm here to help. Tonight's list is all about cut shapes of pasta and their Italian names. I share more about how I found this list and why I narrowed the scope on the Sleep List blog. The list is alphabetical by pasta-shaped name, and I will include a description and meaning for the word. I apologize in advance if my Italian accent seems French. I love food and food culture, and while the Italians definitely invented all of these names and words, I studied French in school, so it's the accent I know best. So now, I'll get to listing so you can get to sleeping really soon. Barbine, thin strands, often coiled into nests. It means little beards. Bavette, narrower version of tagliatelle. It means bibs. Bigoli, thick, softer spaghetti-like pasta made with whole wheat rather than durum, sometimes made with duck egg. The meaning is from bigolero, the pasta press used to make bigoli. Bucatini, thick spaghetti-like pasta with a hole running through the center. The meaning is hollow straws, translated from Italian buco, meaning hole, and the Italian bucotto, meaning pierced. Bucciati is a type of long macaroni, often coiled around a twig of a local weed. From the word busa, meaning reed. Capellini, which is very thin spaghetti, often coiled into nest. Capellini d'angelo are slightly thinner. The meaning is thin hair or little hairs. Fedellini, very thin spaghetti, meaning little faithful ones. Ferrazzulli, similar to a twisted bucato with a cleft running on the side. The meaning possibly comes from the thin iron square used to create the cleft. Fettuccini, ribbons of pasta approximately 6.5 millimeters wide, larger and thicker than tagliatelle. The meaning is little ribbons, from affetter, meaning to slice. Fileia, elongated screws. This word comes from a dialectal meaning of yarn, filato. Linguini is a flattened spaghetti. The meaning describes little tongues. Lasagne is a wide pasta. The meaning was not clear in my research. Lasagna. These are square or rectangular sheets of pasta. They sometimes have fluted edges, known as lasagna rise, and the square pasta is lasagna, while the dish is lasagne. It's possibly from the Latin lasanum or Greek lasonon, meaning cooking pot, or the Greco-Roman laganum, a flat piece of bread. Lasagnette, narrower version of lasagna, meaning little lasagna. Lasagnotte. This is a longer version of lasagna, and the meaning is bigger lasagna. Macarone alla molinara. This is a very thick, long, hand-pulled pasta. Macaronici di Campifoglione. These are thin strands of an egg-based pasta, similar to capelli d'angolo. The name is derived from the region where it was developed. Mafelde, long rectangular ribbons with ruffled sides. This was named in honor of Princess Mafalda of Savoy. Matriciane, similar to perchiatelli, but folded over rather than hollowed out. The meaning is derived from matricians. Pappardelle. These are thick, flat ribbons of egg-based dough. It comes from Tuscan word pappasari, meaning to pig out. Perchiatelli is virtually identical to bucatini. Comes from perchiere, to hollow out. scaglie. These are flat strands about 1.5 centimeters wide, then thinner sheet than lasagna, and can be white or green. In the Savanese dialect, the name refers to the ribbons used as ornaments by dressmakers. In another dialect, from Genoa, however, the word means napkin and refers to the size and shape of the pasta. Pici. Very thick, irregular, and long, hand-rolled pasta. From a word that means to stick. Pilus. These are very thin ribbons cooked in beef broth. Rustici. These are serrated ribbons of pasta, literally deriving its meaning from the feminine plural of rustico, or rustic. Sagne incanulate. These are long tube forms of twisted pasta, like a ribbon, oftentimes meaning a caned kind of lasagna. Scialatelli. Short, flat ribbons. Spaghetti. Long, thin, cylindrical pasta of Italian origin, made of semolina or flour and water. Spaghettini and spaghettoni are slightly thinner or thicker, respectively. The meaning is little strings. It's the plural form of the Italian word spaghetto, which is a diminutive of spago, meaning thin string or twine. Spaghetti alla chitarra. This is a square spaghetti made of egg and flour, named after the guitar-like device used to cut the pasta. It has a wooden frame strung with metal wires, and sheets of pasta are pressed down onto the device. Then the wires are strummed so the slivers of pasta fall through. Stringazzi. Similar to shoelaces, meaning literally shoestring-like shoelaces. Suffilindio. This is a rather rare pasta made of thinly pulled and folded dough, which is laid in the sun to dry. The meaning is related to the threads or the wool of God. Tagliatelle or tagliatelle. These are ribbons of egg-based pasta, generally narrower and thinner than fettuccine. The word is derived from the Italian tagliere, meaning to cut. Tagliatelle. This is a thinner version of the tagliatelle, from the Italian tagliere, meaning to cut. Trenette or trenette. These are thin ribbon ridged on one side, slightly thicker than linguini. Tripolline. These are thick ribbons ridged on one side. Vermicelli. This is a traditional pasta that's round but thinner than spaghetti. The meaning is little worms. Ziti. These are long, narrow, hose-like tubes, larger than mezzani, also called mezziti, or bucatini, that are traditionally broken before being put in to cook. The addition of the word rigati, such as ziti rigati, denotes lines or ridges on the pasta's surface. Ziti candellati are longer, and a zitoni is a bit larger. The word's meaning is derived from bride and bridegroom in the Sicilian dialect. Anelli. This is short, tubular pasta, sometimes with ridges on the inside or the outside. The name means small rings. Boccoli are short, thick, twisted shapes. The name means ringlets. Calamarata. Calamarata. These are wide, ring-shaped pasta, deriving their meaning from the word squid or squid-like. Campanelle o torchio. These are flattened, bell-shaped pasta with a frilly edge on one end. Torchio are identical but with a smooth edge. The meaning is bellflower or lilies, and torchio is a press, usually for olives or grapes, but also pasta. Capelli da chef. This is an extruded pasta that looks like a chef's hat. And of course, the meaning is that chef's hat. Casaraccia. These are short lengths extruded into an S shape. The meaning is derived from the word casarecchio, or homemade. Cascatelli, designed by Dan Pashman in 2021, this is a thick, half-tubed pasta with ruffled sides. The word means little waterfalls. castellane. These are shell pasta coiled into a conical shape. The translation is castle dweller, for the shape of the pasta loosely resembles that of a long, flowing robe. Cavatappi. These are corkscrew-shaped macaroni, and the meaning is derived from the word for corkscrews. Cavatelli. These are short, solid lengths. They exist in 3 sizes, usually measured in fingers, 1, 2, or 3. The meaning is derived from the verb cavare, or hollow. Kiferi. This is a short, wide macaroni. It can be smooth or furrowed. It's actually derived from the Austrian cookie called Kipfiri. Chichonidos. These are hand-rolled, shell-shaped pasta that are smaller than maloridus. Conchile. These are seashell-shaped and usually furrowed. The meaning is derived from the word for shells. Creste di Galli. Short, curved, and ruffled pastas from the word for a cock's comb. Fagioloni. These are short, narrow tubes, deriving their name from the meaning for large beans. Farfalle. Bow tie or butterfly-shaped pasta. The meaning is butterflies. Fazzoletti. These are thin rectangles or squares of pasta, and the meaning is handkerchief. Festoni. These are thick, ruffled helices, meaning festooned. Fiorentine. These are grooved cut tubes of pasta, deriving their name from the region of Florentine. Fiori. This means shaped like a flower, and thus derives its name from the word for flowers. Fusilli. Long, thick, corkscrew-shaped pasta that may be solid or hollow. Derived from the word fusilli, which presumably comes from the Italian meaning spindle. Fusilli bucati. This is a hollow version of fusilli, and of course derives its meaning from the word for hold spindles. Garganelli. This is an egg pasta in a square shape rolled into a tube. It derives its meaning from the word in Italian for esophagus. Gemelli. This is a single S-shaped strand of pasta twisted into a loose spiral. The name is derived from the Italian for the word twins, Gemini. Gnocchi. These are lobed shells, not to be confused with the dumpling version of the same name. We think that the meaning comes from the word for knots. Gomiti. This is an elbow macaroni, which is furrowed. And of course, gomito means elbow. Lanterne. This means curved, ridged pasta and derives its name from the word for lanterns. Lorigitas. These are strands of pasta rolled twice around 3 fingers to form a ring, and then twisted to look like a rope. The name means small rings. Macaroni. These are tubes, either bent or straight, and the word is derived from the Greek for foods made from barley. Macaroncelli is a hollow tube-shaped pasta that is slightly smaller than a pencil in thickness. The word means little version of macaroni. Mafaldni. These are short ribbons with ruffled sides. Maltalanti. Irregular shapes of flat pasta formed from scraps of pasta production, literally meaning badly cut. Maloredus. These are hand-rolled, shell-shaped pasta with saffron. A machine-extruded version also exists, which typically omits the use of saffron. In the Campidanese dialect, this means a male cow. Mandala. Designed by Philippe Starck in 1987 for French pasta maker Panzani, it's intended to compensate for overcooking. The meaning roughly is send it. Marilli, designed by Giorgetto Giaro in 1983. It's like a rolling ocean wave in cross-section with internal rugostitis, but unsuccessful and no longer produced. The meaning was derived from the word mare for sea. Mezzani are short curved tubes. The meaning is literally half-sized ones. Mezzi manica. These are about half the length of rigatoni, and they mean half sleeves. Mezzi penne, the short version of penne, or half pens. Mezzi bombardoni. These are wide, short tubes, or half bombards. Nuvole, short, coiled pasta, meaning clouds. Paccheri. These are large tube pasta, often topped with sauce or stuffed with ingredients. They sometimes collapse under their own weight when cooked. It comes from the Napolitan word for slaps, with a depreciative ero to indicate something common. The name has been ascribed to a slapping sound they may make when being eaten. Passatelli, made from breadcrumbs, eggs, grated Parmesan cheese, lemon, and nutmeg. They're cooked in chicken broth. Pasta al ceppo. These are sheets of pasta similar in shape to a cinnamon stick. The word means log-type pasta. Penne. This is a medium-length tube with ridges cut diagonally at both ends. Pens, or quill pen, or feathers, is the meaning behind the term penne. Penne ricci. This is a curled penne variant, usually grooved, literally meaning curly penne. Picchiarelli. This is a slightly longer pasta than a cavatelli, also meaning little ones. Pipe rigati. Very similar to lumoconi, but smaller, has lines running the length of it. It means grooved pipes. Pizzoccheri. This is a type of short tagliatelle, a flat ribbon pasta, but made with buckwheat flour. It's not using any gluten, so it's slightly harder to manipulate. Quadrafiori. This is square with rippled edges, from the word quadro, square, and fiore, flower. Radiatori. These are shaped like radiators that were created between the First and Second World Wars. They're often used in similar dishes as rotelli or fusilli because their shape works well with thicker sauces. Of course, radiatori means radiator. Riccoli. These are hollow, cut, cylindrical pastas with ridges. The meaning is derived from the word for curls. Riccolini. These are short, wide pastas with a 90-degree twist, and they mean little curls. Ricciutelle. These are short, spiraled pastas, also meaning little curls. Rigatoncini. This is a smaller version of a rigatoni, and it means small, lined ones. Rigatoni. This is a medium-large tube with square-cut ends, sometimes slightly curved, always grooved and straight, or sometimes bent, depending on the extrusion method. From rigare, meaning to line, furrow, or groove. Rombi. This is a rhombus-shaped ribbon pasta, and of course the word means rhombuses. Rotelle. These are wagon wheel-shaped pastas, and the word means little wheels. Sagnette. Short, thick ribbons from Abruzzo and Molise, also called sagne or taglioni. The meaning is cartoons. Sagnarelli. These are rectangular ribbons with fluted edges. Sedani. These are slightly larger than macaroni with a similar slight bend. They can be smooth or furrowed. The word comes from a Sedona word for celery. Spirali. Spiraled tubes. Of course, the word means spirals. Spiralini. This is a tightly coiled, spiraled pasta, and the word means little spirals. Strapponi. Strips of pasta ripped from a sheet. The word strappare means to rip off. Strozza prete. These are rolled across their width, similar to a Sicilian casserecci. The word literally means priest chokers or priest stranglers. Tortilloni. Large tubes, slightly bigger than rigatoni. The grooves are also deeper and spiral around the pasta. The meaning is derived from the Latin word torcere, which is to twist. Trecoeni. Coiled pasta. The meaning is derived from the word for braids. Trenne. A penne shaped as a triangle. And the word means 3 years. Trofie. These are thin, twisted pasta made of durum wheat and water. Trofie bastarde are made with chestnut flour. The meaning is possibly derived from the Greek for trophe, or food, or local Genovese dialect, strophicia, or strofu, to rub. Trotole. This is pasta in the shape of a spinning top. The word means spinning tops. Tufoli. This is a ridged rigatoni. Vesuvio. This is a corkscrew-shaped pasta, deriving its name from Mount Vesuvius. Hopefully, by now, you've drifted off to dreamland. If you are still conscious, maybe continue the list. You can imagine adding your own shapes, or other ones that you know I didn't include, with all these other pasta shapes. Whatever you do to drift off to slumber, I know you will find rest soon. Good night, wake rested, and be well. Signing off with lots of love, Helen.